Hello everyone, welcome to Easter service children's message. I'm standing out in the middle, not the middle, at the edge of Woodland Cemetery here in Quincy at the City Vault. And I'll be honest, I know nothing about the City Vault or what is inside of it, but fortunately that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about the greatest day that ever was. And what made the greatest day that ever was the greatest day that ever was and will be the greatest day. And that is the day that Jesus resurrected from the dead. And that's what we celebrate when we come together on Easter. So we're going to talk about that just a little bit this morning. As I talk about this, though, I need some help from all of you at home. And that help is going to be, when I say Jesus, you say he is risen. Now, my partner in marriage, Carrie, is recording this. She's at the phone, at the camera, and so she is going to help us, hopefully, and be part of this. He is risen as well. So we're going to practice it right now. When I say Jesus,
he is risen.
He is risen. Yes. Now, Carrie, I don't know if you can lift the phone or not. That might throw things out of whack. But let's stay enthused. But make sure we don't punch anybody that might be around us. All right. So what took place, and most of us will remember this or know this, but on Friday, we remember Good Friday. That is the day that Jesus,
he is risen.
Thank you. He sacrificed himself on the cross for all of us, so that we can live on, right? So what took place, though, there are people after Jesus,
he is risen,
had died and had been laid in the tomb. There were people who didn't believe in who Jesus said he was.
He is risen.
But they did know that what Jesus,
he is risen,
had said before all of this was that on the third day, Jesus,
he is risen,
that he would rise from the dead. And so these people didn't want anything to do with that happening or somebody coming and making it look like that was going to happen. So what they did, we're going to picture, imagine that this is the tomb that Jesus had been laid in. They took this huge rock. I don't even know how big the boulder would have had to be. And they rolled it in front of the tomb to seal it. I have no idea how they even got it there, or how many people it would take to do such a thing. But they did that. They sealed the tomb up, and then that wasn't enough. It was, by the way, sealed by the government as well. Like, don't mess with this. But they also had soldiers that stood guard. So it'd be like if our army guys, we had them standing guard here at the tomb to make sure that Jesus stayed put. Jesus would be right where he was supposed to be, and nobody would mess with that. So then, Easter morning comes, that Sunday morning, when the two women came, both named Mary, and they're coming to pay homage and to give their love and tribute to Jesus, even though he's died.
He's risen.
Good catch, Carrie. And so they're coming, and what happens is as they come, the earth shakes. We could probably do that at home too. The earth shakes, and it's like an earthquake, but what it really is God shaking the earth to roll this huge stone away from the grave. And then what the Bible tells us, we can find all this in Matthew, chapters 27 and 28, or 26 and 27, I don't know, one of them. An angel appears on this big old rock that's been pushed away, and the Bible tells us it's like lightning. That angel is so bright and so golden and so powerful with God's Spirit that it's like lightning. And so those guards that were standing guard, they see this and they are just so afraid. The Bible tells us it's like they're dead. They're just that afraid of what's going on. And so what the angel says to the Marys is they say, "You've come to see the crucified Jesus."
He is risen.
Yes, that's what the angel says. He says, you're coming to see this, but here's the good news, is that Jesus,
he is risen.
He is risen. Yes. And so both Marys, they come, and the angel says, take a look, and you can see this. You can see that Jesus,
he is risen,
is no longer here because he is risen. And that's what we celebrate on Easter, and all that means for us. And it means that we're forgiven. It means that we have a relationship with God, that Jesus,
he is risen,
is always working on. He's always there with us. What we can also take from this story is that there will be problems in our life, and it's just bound to happen. Might be not having school right now. It might be some tests that are coming down the road, school tests, or maybe it's some problems with family, or maybe we go farther on down in life and maybe it's relationship issues or the loss of a loved one or whatever it may be. There will be problems in our life. But we can move with confidence that as we go towards those problems, just as those two ladies were going to see Jesus, but there were problems in the stone, and there were problems in the guards that they wouldn't have been able to get by on their own. But God was already taking care of those problems. And so when we know that problems are coming, we need to do like those ladies, and we just need to march on doing what we know we're supposed to be doing, and doing it with the confidence that God is already there working on our problems. And as we do that, as we live life this way, we'll be able to experience that Jesus,
He is risen.
He is risen indeed. And with that same power that he conquered that, He'll conquer our problems. Jesus,
He is risen.
He is risen indeed. Jesus,
He is risen.
amen.